Girl, I'm giving very much so October. Blogtober. I'm giving October fall vibes, okay? Anyway, this is your rich auntie.
I know you don't mean it. You just need some TLC, THC, get Hennessy. Yeah, that's me. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. Let me know, let me know.
Okay, anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 6, okay? Thank you so much for tuning in and watching all of my Vlogmas videos thus far, and I hope that you are enjoying them. They've been very short, nothing in particular. I kind of, I'm not trying to be too fancy. I'm just bringing you what I'm doing for a little bit of the day as it relates to decorating and anything Christmas related, right? Okay, so let's talk about these lips. This is a NYX Butter Gloss in Madeline. And then this is Fussy by Riri. Y'all know I like juicy lips. That's just what it is. So listen, y'all. This top came from Dia & Company. It came from one of my little style boxes. Dia & Company has this thing where they send you boxes of stuff. And it's a shirt. It's very sweater-like. I don't have a, bra, so I don't usually wear stuff like this. So for me, this is, very different for me. And these glasses came from Shein, girl. Very cheap, very inexpensive. Y'all already know. Bracelets on Raw's Treasures. You guys ask me about my bracelets all the time. It's down below in the description box. Is it Anja and Raja? I can't remember how to say it. Treasures. Down below in the description box for the bracelets. Okay, so. Hey, y'all. Welcome to another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. And thank you so much for watching my videos, liking, and subscribing. I just wanted to come really quick and ask a really quick favor. If you guys can please make sure that you check down below and make sure that you are subscribed. I know a lot of you get my recommendations, you don't see the need in subscribing because you watch all of my videos anyway. Help a sister out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and put your notification bells on so that way you know exactly when I upload content. Right now, I'm giving you 25 days of Christmas. On top of that, I'm still doing my car checks, my Rebdolls hauls, Shein hauls, all of my plus size try-on hauls. I'm still very much so doing those. I have all kinds of playlists that you guys can choose from just in case you want to get caught up. So we're doing Vlogmas, we're still doing car chats, we're still doing our hair videos. Listen, if you're new to the channel and you're kind of trying to navigate your way, I'm just a plus size woman who loves everything feminine and girly, and I'm trying to get my life together as far as my weight is concerned. But in the meantime, in between time, I share things about my life that are other than the disparaging nature of being morbidly obese. I mean, I think that that's something that can be seen. And so when you're living your life out loud, it's the first thing that people notice about me is my weight. And so other people tend to harp on that all the time. And whenever you're a plus size person and you're out in society and you're having any kind of fun or any kind of enjoyment or doing anything pretty or remotely anything, people tend to have an issue with it. Why? I don't know. But that's just life. So my goal is, and my plan is to kind of eradicate some of the stigma that and the narrative that's negative that surrounds plus size women of color, obese women, fat women, all of those things, especially when it comes to dating, working, earning money, healthcare. I just want to eradicate some of those things. So that's what I'm here to do. So what I wanted to do is do a really quick Q&A for this portion of the video. Okay? So come on in here. Let's sit back, relax, and stay tuned. And let me answer some of your wonderful, lovely questions. And I want you guys to just get to know me a little bit. So let's talk about some of the things that you probably already know about me. But also let's talk about some of the new things. Because I know I have a lot of you who are new and who are newly subscribed. If you're newly subscribed, please let me know down below in the comments maybe about how long you've been with me. If you're not newly subscribed and you're A1 Day One Queen, hey, just put a crown down below. So crowns and hearts if you've been here for a while. If you're new, let me know how long you've been with me. And please make sure that you subscribe because it makes a difference. If you're still not sure about me, you guys, I always tell you, watch at least 2 videos of mine before you make the decision. So if you could watch another video after you immediately following this one. And I think typically within 2 videos, you're able to determine if this is the vibe, girl. If this is the vibe and this is where you want to be, watch 2 videos and decide. But make sure you subscribe and put your notification bells on. So let's get right into the Q&A. Well, let me tell you who this video is brought to you by, and then we're getting right into the Q&A. So hang tight. Okay, pretty girl, thank you for hanging in there with me. So today's video, as you know, is going to be brought to you in collaboration with our girl Dossier. Dossier gives you luxury fragrances at a fraction of the cost. These are 2 of my absolute favorite fragrances from them. This one is Floriental Brown Sugar. It's a YSL dupe. And then my other one is Floral Rhubarb, and this one is Marc Jacobs Perfect All Day Every Day. This is my 3rd bottle. I'm gonna have to order me some more because I think they tired of sending it to me for the low. So if you could only get one, get the rhubarb. I love it. It's very fruity, smells very good, and it's very inexpensive. There's all kind of deals. And when you shop Dossier, I do have a link down below in the description box that will save you some coin. They also have some new candles, so definitely shop Dossier. Okay, with that being said, I just wanted to do a really quick Q&A and answer some questions for you guys. I want to make sure I give names. I don't want to just be like, oh, this person said, that person said. So hold on one second. Let's see what the questions are. I know one of my okay, so Miss Queen Baby said, hey Joy, how did the 2 of you balance each other? In other words, what qualities does Chris have that may not be your strong suit but you admire about him? Which strengthen you as a unit and vice versa? So, hey, Miss Queen Baby. Okay, so as far as what qualities does Chris have that may not be my strong suit, Chris is very much so a networking person. He loves to network. He loves to talk to people for no reason other than just to find out what they do and, talk to them just about nothing. Just if he meets someone in the grocery store, he's going to say, hey, what do you do? How are you? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. He's just going to strike up a conversation. Is that how you say? Me, I'm not that type of person. My anxiety is way too high for that. And I just feel like sometimes I have sensory overload. So for me to walk into a room and ask people just for no reason, like, what do you do? Where are you from? Tell me more about you. That's just not my strong suit. I'm more of a one-on-one type person. I'm really good, like, once I get to know someone or once someone gets to know me or once I'm familiar with someone, it's a little bit easier for me to build a rapport with that person. But it's really, I don't think I'm a networking type person. So he's very strong there. He's also very, Chris is very optimistic. He is overly optimistic, and I'm the opposite. I can be slightly pessimistic and a little bit realistic. Very realistic, because I like to deal in facts and exactly what's going on rather than like being hopeful about what can happen. And sometimes I tend to be like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. One little thing happened. Oh my God, I can't deal with it. That's me. Chris is very much so. It's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. It's all good. Everything's going to be all right. It's going to work out. A little bit more relaxed and laid back. And so I think that that's kind of a strength for both of us. What do I admire about Chris? I admire the fact that he is very supportive. He's very encouraging. I love that he's a networking type person. I love that he never meets a stranger. He's very bold. He's not afraid of anything. And the thing that I admire about him is also the thing that irritates me about him. And that is that he doesn't hear you when you say no. So if you say no, or if you rebuttal him, that doesn't really bother him. He's a salesman. He's always been a salesman. He's been an insurance broker his whole life. So he's mentally trained to ignore your rebuttal. So if you ask you a question and you say no, he's going to ask you again in a different way. And he's going to ask you again in a different way. And he's going to keep on until you bend to his will. And he doesn't have to raise his voice. He doesn't have to yell and scream. He doesn't have to beat you over the head and make you do it. He's just going to he's not going to get tired of it. He's just going to keep going until he wears you down. So I admire that because I'm not that type of person. I'm not a salesperson at heart. I'm more of a service type person. And so I'm going to ask you, do you want to buy this or not? And you say no. Okay, girl. Well, good. You don't want no insurance. That's your ass. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to keep asking you. I'm just not resilient like that. So, I think that helps a lot, because he doesn't easily give up. And I think that's good. So yeah, I think that helps strengthen us. I think the thing about me is that I am a certainty, need-based person, meaning that I like structure. I'm very systematic. I'm a little meticulous. I can be a little militant. And I think that can be positive, and that provides us with a good structure when it comes to being organized and getting things done. And I think that provides security and safety and consistency for home. But Chris likes to be variety. He likes things to be different. He doesn't want to be bored. So I think that both of those things are positive and help to strengthen us. Okay. So let me just mention this. I'm going to say this because I see a lot of questions about babies. So I'm going to say this. I think it's really, I would appreciate it if people not ask questions about babies, because sometimes I don't know, it makes me feel uncomfortable, because it's like, if you say, hey, I don't really want to talk about having kids right now, people look at you like you're crazy. And then what if you have something that's like, it's like, what if there's nothing wrong with you, you just don't want to talk about kids? Then people say things like, oh, well, you're getting older. If you want to have a family, you need to have a family now. I don't subscribe to that. And I just wish people wouldn't ask questions about babies. I'm an open book, and I'm willing to talk to you guys about anything. But I really just wish you would not ask about babies. Because this person says, Chris is much older. Is he open to the idea of having a baby or adoption? We've actually answered those questions before, so I'm going to go ahead and put them like a link here, so that way you can see some of our previous videos that we've done about, like, Q&A videos that we've actually done together about, like, couples. This Q&A is just me. I'm just answering my perspective of it. Him and I will do a Q&A together, but this is just Joy's opinion. But yeah, so I don't really like answering questions about babies. It makes me feel kind of uncomfortable, and I just don't like to answer those questions. How long did it take for us to move in together? Chris actually just never left. I feel like we moved in together maybe after 6 months, maybe a year, 6 months. We moved in together, but previous to Chris, I've never lived with any person that I dated ever in my life. I just didn't really believe in that. And I still don't, but it was just circumstances. Okay, Miss Tara asked, I love these questions. Miss Tara asks, what country is at the top of your bucket list right now? What is a weird food combination that you would eat? Okay, so I love these questions. Thank you, Miss Tara. So, the country that's at the top of my bucket list, oh, that's so hard. Oh. Let me just say this. The place that I want to visit more than anything, I really want to visit Iceland. No, is it Greenland or Iceland? I think it's Iceland. I want to go to Iceland. I also really want to go to Greece. You know, everybody's around Santorini, whatever. But I want to go to Greece, and I want to go to Italy, to the Amalfi Coast. I know that's not, you said at the top of the list, girl. I know, but Amalfi Coast in Italy, and Santorini, Greece are at the top of my list. There's a lot of places in the U.S., believe it or not, that I still want to visit. Before I start going to other countries, like, I want to visit some places here, you know. I would love to go to Maui. I really want to go out to, like, Colorado, Utah, Montana. I want to get out west. So I hope that answers your question. Weird food combinations. One of my favorite food combinations that everyone always gives me the eyebrow is, I always love apple pie with cheddar cheese and butter pecan ice cream. When I was eating sweets, that was my, whew, that was everything, girl. I loved it. Like, that was my thing. So, I loved apple pie with butter pecan ice cream. Some of you have some really sweet comments, like Tammy Wines, Gladys Simmons, Miss Tara, Amalia Madera. You guys are really sweet. Thank you so much. Let me see. Hold on. Thank you for Anastasia Ortega. But so, like, men produce sperm up until they die. A 90-year-old can have a baby unless they have had complications. So Joy and him can have one naturally, assuming there's nothing wrong with her. My question wasn't about his inability, but desire or choice. Some men after a certain age don't desire to start over, especially if they've been there, done that. Either way. Well, I love you too, Dearis. So, yeah. So, Chris doesn't have any children. So, I mean, we're a couple in a relationship just like anyone else. We've answered that question a lot. We love kids. We want to have children. But when I have to talk to you about kids, I have to get into personal things, and that is just, it makes me super uncomfortable. And I just personally think it's rude to ask people about having kids. I find that a rude question. That's just my personal opinion. Anyway. Blue Lotus says, has your social media career created any obstacles, ergo, time, obligations, etc., in your relationship? If so, what have been the solutions that have helped your relationships through it? Love you. Thank you so much. Love you too. So, let me read it again. I love your chemistry. Wish nothing but happiness and success. Okay. Has your social media career created any obstacles, obligations, times? Yes. I don't think it's created obstacles, but I strongly believe that whenever you are looking to progress in your life, no matter what you're doing, like if you're going to school, if you're becoming a mom, if you're working or you're advancing in your career, anytime you're advancing, there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be obligations. There's going to be time restraints. All of that is going to happen one way or the other. So, yes, there was some obligations and time restraints and issues and stuff like that, especially with scheduling. And one of the most difficult things it is with navigating a career in the public eye, I guess you would say, is that when Chris and I fall out, or when we have tension, or when we argue, or we have fights, sometimes it comes through on camera. So that can be very difficult. And it's also difficult when people have opinions about you based on 5 minutes of knowing each other, especially when I'm always to blame, like I'm always the bad guy. So it's very irritating. It's like Chris could be beating my ass behind camera, but no one would ever judge him. It's always me that would be judged. So to me, that can be very difficult and cause resentment unless you are like super rooted and grounded, to me, in God and prayer, and like having good counseling and having supportive friends and having like a community that embraces you outside of social media. So I would just say social media to me sometimes can magnify things that are already there, and it can also magnify things that are not there. Meaning that sometimes social media creates issues that weren't originally there, and then sometimes social media puts a light on issues that are already there and makes them bigger. So, I mean, I don't want to blame social media for our issues, but sometimes it can definitely be hard. And I'm learning what to put on social media and what to not put on there. I'm learning that it's so hard for me because I am such I'm one person. I'm multifaceted, but I'm like one person. So it's really hard for me to turn Joy off and be like, okay, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. So that's the part that I have to mature and I have to learn. Is like, I don't have to say, just because it's true doesn't mean I need to say every single thing that's happening all the time. Sometimes I just need to just let people think what they think and kind of keep my mouth shut. So there's that. Let me see. I am on an interracial relationship. I'm 32. 3 times, and we've been together for 6 years. At the beginning of our relationship, his brother hated me because I was black, not younger than him, but black. It's honestly the weirdest thing because she was like, emotional. Okay, so Bridget says she's hey Bridget, she's in an interracial relationship. Also Gemini and Sagittarius. I'm not clear who's which because she says May and December relationship. She's biracial, black mom, white dad, and she's my age. She's 32, and she's dating someone who is 53. And she's having some issues with her in-laws, I believe, is what the issue is. But they are now cordial. And she wants to know, do we ever face racism, adversities from respective families, and how do we handle that? So, yes. So, I believe that it's more of bias than necessarily racism. I feel like there's a lot of inherited bias. There was, I think, bias against Chris, but I don't think it had anything to do with him being white. I just think it had to do with him dating me. And I think that there's been some biases with his family, not in a mean way. Just there's sometimes they say things that are very uncomfortable. Sometimes they bring up political things, and they just bring up some things that it makes you kind of like really grit your teeth, because it's like, oh, it makes you awkward. And it's just like, I've learned to not engage with everything, especially seeing that Chris's parents are older, and it's just not important to engage and argue about every little thing. So I'm learning to just state my opinion when I feel like I need to, but certain things I'm not around them enough to feel like I have to engage with them with every little thing. Bro, if I put on lip gloss one more time, I think this is a nervous habit. But yeah, no, I just don't think it's important for me to engage every single time that they say something, or every single time that there's an issue. I don't think it's necessary. Lataya Ibram, there's always a lot of questions about Chris and I. Trying to find something, not about my relationship. Okay, D Infinite. Hey, girl. Hey, Joy, love you and your content. I love you too. I just wanted to say that I love your content and I feel like I really know you through your channel. I love you too, boo. My question is, how do you go about feeling comfortable? I'm in more intimate situations in the bedroom, of course, but also in everyday intimate moments as well. How do you feel comfortable in more intimate situations in the bedroom? That's hard. I think that it's not something that can happen overnight. I think that it comes with work. You may need to see a counselor. So that way, number one, you can get to the bottom of the reason why you don't feel comfortable. Because the reason why you think you don't feel comfortable and the real reason why you don't feel comfortable may be two totally different things. I need some counseling in that area. For me, I struggled with feeling comfortable with intimacy because I came from an extremely religious background. And my mother always made sex out to be a bad thing, that I never really felt like a message of how to enjoy sex or participate in sex enjoyingly. So I always kind of felt like I was doing something wrong or doing something dirty. And I think that that kind of poured into my sexual experience and liberation as an adult. And so I think that I need counseling to kind of work through that. And get a clear understanding of what I actually believe. So I think that counseling, I think mental health counseling is something that every single woman deserves, because I think you deserve to be liberated sexually and intimately and be free and feel free in your body and love your body. And I also think a percentage of that also is like trusting your partner. Trusting yourself that you've picked a partner that loves your body and appreciates your body, but also trust your partner with your body. I think that's kind of like a twofold thing. And I don't think it's something that's going to happen overnight. And I believe that it's not your fault. So like, I don't want you, because you're saying the way you feel you're feeling. So I just want I want to normalize that feeling for you. I think a lot of women struggle with feeling acceptable in their bodies. I think a lot of women struggle, even women that you would look at and say, oh my God, she's perfect. They may still want to wear t-shirts when they're intimate. So don't feel bad because you're struggling with that. And I wish you all the best. Let me go back up so I can see the name. Was it D Infinite? Oh my God. And you're so freaking pretty, girl. I love that hair. So beautiful. So yeah, so don't feel like you're, I just want to normalize that for you. Okay. That's normal. That doesn't make you, there's nothing weird about not feeling comfortable. There's a lot of women who feel that way, and it's independent of their size, their weight, how they look, or anything. They feel that way. So I would say get counseling. I would say try to do exercises that, like when I say exercises, practice your confidence, practice building up your confidence, get to the bottom of the reason why you feel the way that you feel, so that way you can address it. And then once you address it, then I think that you'll be put that into practice, and little by little you'll find your confidence growing, and then you'll be able to find a partner that makes you feel acceptable. Breeze Bonnets. Yes, Breeze Bonnets. If this is too personal, please forgive me. My question is, do you mind discussing why you are estranged from your family other than your beloved brother? I love you. God bless you both. I hope this ain't one of my family members. Let me go ahead and Google estranged so I can make sure I understand the meaning. To me, it means like separated, but I just want to make sure. Estranged means no longer close or affectionate to someone, alienated. no longer living with. So, I have a huge family. But I'll say this. I've always been very different from my family. My mother was very different. I am very different. My brother is very different. There's been some things that have happened in my family that have just been shady. You know, there's been some shady things that have happened and some hurtful things that have happened. And I just feel like there was at some point my family were different. You know, I don't think I'm estranged. I don't think I'm alienated. I just think that my family to me was my mother, my brother, and I. It was us. We were the three amigos. We had each other. That was our family. And my mother has passed away. My brother has since then gotten married and moved. And so it's just him and I and our spouses and my friends. You know, I have a community of you guys that I'm very close to, that I consider my family, especially my Pretty Girl Gang, my Patreon girls, I feel like are my family. And so I feel like the wonderful thing about my life is that I've been able to choose who my family is and who I allow to be close to me. I don't know. I can't tell you why my family is estranged from me. You would have to ask them. You know, shit, I don't know. Ask them. Why are they estranged from me? I just feel like I don't want to be any place where I feel tolerated. I used to feel, for whatever reason, at a lot of my family gatherings, I used to feel very tolerated. I never really felt celebrated or appreciated or supported the way that a family should make you feel. And that's no shade to my family. That's just how I felt when I was in their presence sometimes. So I've chosen to just stay away from certain situations in my family, but not in a negative way. Just, they have their own life. I have my own life. I'm happy with where I'm at. And I just feel like that's with everyone. They don't hang around every single person in their whole family. I have family members that I talk to regularly, and I have other family members that I don't. And I'm okay with that. This was 5 years ago. Some of y'all are really weird. Yeah, no. Okay, so TGGT says, how long were you single before you met Chris and vice versa? I'm wondering because I'm too plus size and it has me scared to date because some previously bad experience. It seemed like the men were either using me for my big booty specifically or for a nice place to stay. As a result, I have been single for 5 years and I'm scared to date because I'm paranoid. Ooh, girl, I will have to do a whole video about this. I'm gonna do a video about that, girl. I can't answer that in one question. I will answer this part. I was single for 2 years, 2 or 3 years before I met him. And I was single by choice, and I actually was celibate before I met Chris because I was on a journey I wanted to, listen, you guys, for my entire life, I was raised up in the church. I was raised up as a Christian. I went to seminary school and ministry school, missionary school. I did a practicum. I went to pastoral training. I really wanted to live right with God. And I felt like not having sex before marriage or not continuing to have sex was the right way to do things, and that would edify God in my life and honor God in my life. I don't know if I did the right thing or the wrong thing, but that's what I was doing. So before I met Chris, I was really, really into church and trying to get my life right. I had a relationship previous to him, maybe 2 years before, 2 or 3 years before, that really went left. And I was trying to get my life back. And the best way for me to get my life back, in my opinion, was to be celibate. So I was celibate before I met him. And then right before I met him, maybe 30 days, I started dating, like courting. Because before then, I was just talking to people. I wasn't courting, or when I say courting, I mean dating with the intent of actually, I wasn't courting. I was dating. Because courting is more like dating with the intent of being in a committed relationship. When I met Chris, I wasn't looking for a committed relationship. I just wanted to kick it and chill, you know. And I had been talking, but nothing serious or deep. So yeah, but the rest of that, I would have to, do a dedicated video, because there's a lot. Not that it's too much for me to answer the question, girl. It's just a lot. Let me see one more, because this video has gone on for 30 minutes, and I don't want to make it too long. And this is just like a quick Vlogmas Q&A. Just a Q&A video for y'all. So hold on a minute. Let me see if I can. Ooh, it's late. It's getting so late, y'all. Shh. Okay. Any more? Ooh, here we go. Let's see what we got. Okay, Meredith Lynn says, where did you get all your energy, girl? Where's your favorite Christmas tradition? My favorite Christmas tradition is always been going to the Christmas parade, because the Christmas parade always falls on my birthday or the same week of my birthday. So I love going to the Christmas parade. Hey, Joy, what's your favorite? Oh, where do I get all my energy? You know what, girl? Prayer. I be praying every day, every night, all day, every night. I pray because, listen, I don't know. I just feel like I have to get stuff done, and sometimes I don't feel like doing stuff. And sometimes I just be sitting around here crying because I'm like, dang, I really want to do something, but I don't feel like it. What is your favorite scent that reminds you of Christmas? Is it Catums or Catums? Kattoms. Hey, girl, your tree looks pretty. Now I want cocoa. Ooh, I love the smell of gingerbread. Okay, 2 smells. My favorite smells that remind me of Christmas is peppermint and like pine, like balsam. You know, balsam, that candle from Bath and Body Works. That reminds me of Christmas, and I love it. Miranda Stevens, have you ever had people be shocked that you and Bay are staying together in a hotel? My husband and I are in a black and white relationship. Sometimes people ask us if we want to be in the same room. One time we booked an Airbnb in another country, and the host canceled, saying she didn't believe mixed race relations were moral. Had lots of hotel people think we are not married. People definitely don't think Bay and I are together. It's really funny because he will go somewhere and get a table, and then I'll be like right behind him, and people will be like, hey ma'am, how can I help you? And I'm like, I'm with him, girl. Or he'll be behind me, and people will be like, sir, how can I help you? You know what I mean? Like, they don't think that we're together. So I totally get that. I get that a lot. When it comes to the hotel, I always send Bay in first, so that way we can get the discount and get everything checked in and all of that, and then I come in after the fact. So I get it. Joy, I heard your Christmas lights in Tampa. That's where I live. Hey, JoJo, girl. What are you going to college for? I know that you previously had a degree in accounting. Yes, I first started off with accounting. And now I want to go to law school. Will you have a Christmas vlog with your brother? I don't know. Let's ask Biggs. Biggs! You gonna film with me? I hope so. What did you cook or eat for Christmas dinner? I haven't had Christmas dinner yet. Did you get any help decorating yet? Nope. Didn't get any help. I'm not trying to be funny, but do you have any stretch marks? Because your skin looks flawless. I weigh 155 pounds and have never had children, but so many stretch marks. I have stretch marks. You see them? I have stretch marks. They're there. They're right there. I got them. Love your body, girl. Cameron Alexis. What are your goals for 2022? I love that. God's Child 9108. My goals are to inspire women all over the world to live their best lives. My goals are to lose weight and be at a healthy weight and have a healthy, beautiful body that makes me happy. To celebrate my body for every pound that I lose and every, whatever status that my weight is, I want to celebrate it. I want to stop allowing people to comment on my weight and comment on my body because it's not acceptable. And I think somewhere along the way, people think it's acceptable that they're allowed to comment on the status of other people's bodies, and it's not fucking okay. And so my goal is to be more strong and stand up for myself in that area and continue to let people know it's not fucking okay to comment on my size or my body. I'm a woman. You wouldn't go up to another woman and say, oh, what size are your titties? If you do, you're disrespectful. So you shouldn't go up to me and tell me what I should and should not be doing with my size, my weight, or my body. And I need to be more bold about letting people know that that it's unacceptable, the things that they're saying. So that's my goal, is to continue to walk in boldness, continue to defend and protect other people, to grow my channel, grow my community, and to be an effective person of change, because I love that. So those are my goals, man. I definitely want a puppy. I want a puppy. Please, I want a puppy for Christmas. Hey Dimples, I like the mug and Coco. Stay blessed. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, I think that's all the questions so far. Let me know if you like this Q&A. If you have more questions and you would like me to do some more Q&A, let me know. Okay, so this says, what are your goals for the next year and what realistic steps? To me, that sounds like shade. But I'm not going to let that be. But it sounds like that's shade. What realistic steps are you taking to achieve them? All my steps that I take to achieve my goals are realistic. Every step I take. Every day I wake up and I decide to keep fighting and keep going and keep pressing past oppression and depression. My body's hurting, negative ass opinions, people's witchcraft and voodoo and all their BS that they try to do. And, they love to try to work they evil works against other people. Every single day that I get up and I say, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And that's the heritage of the saints of Christ. And, that's the righteousness in me. That's what God says. That's his word. Every day that I get up and I decide that I'm going to walk forward into my destiny is a realistic step towards my goal. Every step I take every day is realistically stepping into my future. And I'm very excited about it. And I'm going to take a whole bunch of people with me. There's the difference between me and others. My goal is going to be ushering in the possibility of other people to meet their goals. I'm super excited about that. I love people. I love being a part of their lives. I love getting to know them. I love you guys so much. I don't think you guys understand how big of an influence you guys have been in my life. You have supported me from the time that back in the day. Y'all remember when my car went on vacation? I mean, that was not a couple years ago. My car went on vacation all the way up to being able to go on vacation and travel all over the world, working towards taking realistic steps to building the type of life that I want to build for me. I'm so excited about my future, and I'm excited about you guys being a part of my future. So if you're watching this and you're under the sound of my voice and anybody's ever told you that you can't do something, please look at my life and use it as an example to bust through all the bullshit. You can do anything in your life that you want to do. I still have people that look at me that think I ain't shit, while I'm in the midst of being looked at like I ain't shit, girl, I'm still doing the shit. Okay, hello. 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 So, with that being said, girl, if you have any questions and you would like me to do another Q&A, or you want to see a Q&A with Chris and I, put your questions down below in the comments. Get this to 1,000 likes, and we will do another Q&A together. If you guys have questions, we love answering your questions. We will answer deep and intimate questions. We do not have a problem with that. But we do have the right to veto questions. The only questions I really want to veto is baby questions. Baby and marriage. I'm not answering any more questions about babies and marriage. Hello? Don't ask me about babies or marriage. When I'm ready to talk about both of those things, I will talk about them. Y'all have to understand, I'm a Sagittarius. We don't talk about marriage like that. Like, I just don't dream about marriage. I want to get married to my soulmate. And when I do, I'm going to have an amazing, beautiful wedding. And I'm going to let you guys know all about it. But more than the beautiful wedding and the beautiful engagement and all of that, I'm going to have a beautiful marriage. Because I'm going to spend my time concentrating on building a beautiful future and a beautiful life. And I'm going to have beautiful kids and babies and all of that. There's just one thing I don't want to talk about is babies and marriage. It just gives me anxiety. I don't want to talk about that. So, for anything else, put it down below. Y'all, this video is 45 minutes long. Can you believe it? Listen, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Thank you for Dossier for sponsoring this video. Drop it down below in the comments. Listen, you guys, we've got, about 25 days before the end of the year. Can y'all subscribe? Try to get your girl to 100,000 subscribers. We're going to have a big, huge reveal of the subscribers. We're going to have a party. Listen, if you have not joined Patreon, girl, go to Patreon. Patreon is a subscription service, okay? There's a monthly fee. It's like paying your dues if you're a part of a sorority. You know what I'm saying? You pay your dues. It's cheap dues. You even get 2 months for free if you pay it a year in advance. So, join the Patreon. We're doing cake decorating. We decorated, we did all kind of decorations. decorate. We decorated Christmas trees. We make drinks together. We do spa days. We on weight loss journeys together. We are a sisterhood, and we are a community where we're growing and we're supporting each other. We also have a daily WhatsApp chat. It's not going off every 5 minutes, but it's something you can check in on and be nosy, see what people are doing, and, add your 2 cents to the conversation. We have random pajama parties and Zoom calls, and we just love each other. And if you're needing support and you would like to bring something to the table, join the Patreon, patreon.com/JoyAmor. The link is down below in the description. You guys, please look and make sure that you are subscribed. Watch 2 videos. If you feeling your girl and this is your vibe, join the queendom, because you're welcomed here. And we really appreciate you. So, my vanilla queens, my caramel queens, my double chocolate queens, I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Vlogmas Day 6. And I will see you guys tomorrow, okay? I'm going to see if we can get out the house and go do something fun, right? And hopefully I have a wig on, girl. Hopefully I have a wig on. So, I love you. Beauty is a state of mind, not body. My mind is stuck on gorgeous. What are you thinking? I want to know. Okay, I'm out. The shade of it all, girl. The shade of it all. I wanna